Broken Arrow 911.
Hello.
Hi, where are you at?
Broken Arrow, Oklahoma 7411.
What address?
709 Magnolia Court.
Okay. Are you the only one there?
No, my brother's attacking my family.
Your dad is attacking your family?
No, my brother.
When 12-year-old Daniel called 911 from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, stating that his brother was attacking his family, the police could hear commotion in the background. In the meantime, someone else took the phone from Daniel and said hello. After that, the line hung up. When the police attempted to call them again, the line disconnected. The police tracked the number and went to Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, where Bever family lived. When they arrived at the scene, they discovered a gruesome scene that had played out throughout the house. They discovered blood smeared around the porch and heard a faint cry for help from inside. The plea came from 13-year-old Crystal Bever, but everybody else in the house, except for 2-year-old Autumn, was dead.
Now to a mysterious case unfolding in Oklahoma tonight. A 911 call coming in overnight, no voice heard on it. The first sign that something was very wrong. 5 family members were then discovered dead in their home, a mother and father and some of their children, but 2 of their teenage sons tonight under arrest.
When the police arrived at the scene, they found Michael and Robert Bever, the perpetrators, laughing and covered in blood, seemingly happy with what they had done. They had heard some sort of disturbance close to the property's back entrance. Robert laughed as he told the police that after killing several people, he felt like a god. Robert's chamber brimmed with body armor and weaponry, including machetes, hunting knives, and daggers. Even though it looked like they had been collecting all of his stuff for months, their mother dismissed it, telling their sister Crystal that boys will be boys and everything will be all right. Sadly, no one ever released Robert's interrogation tape, but 15-year-old Michael's is readily available and offers some insight into the motivations behind these boys' horrific acts.
2 months ago.
Okay.
Is when we first really started talking.
So when you say we, who are you talking about?
Me and my brother, who is also...
Your brother?
Yeah, who has to do with me. I think we got to the start of this year, we started talking about voodoo and rampage and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I didn't take it seriously at first, but then he started buying like a body armor and stuff. Besides body armor, knives, and he was in the middle of buying guns and ammunition.
I see.
Machetes and knives are one thing. Guns and more than 1,000 rounds of ammo are quite another. They therefore knew that their parents couldn't be home when it arrived after they had placed their order for delivery. But for what purpose were all these weapons even necessary? 5 individuals can be killed with 1,000 rounds or fewer. It transpires, however, that the brothers had considerably more ambitious plans. The brothers allegedly ordered 3,000 rounds of ammunition to be transported to their house following the stabbings, with the intention of using them to murder as many people as they could in order to equal the notoriety of Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris, the shooters at Columbine.
Are those like serial killers or something?
What, like Columbine?
Yeah.
Columbine and James Egan Holmes. James Egan Holmes is
How many were killed in Columbine?
Columbine, I don't know, like 15,
Okay.
I think.
So did you guys have a goal? Did you have a number?
He just wanted, I think he wanted to kill like 50.
Okay.
I don't have a goal.
On some website?
Then I think he bought close to 1,000 rounds for the box.
Wow, okay.
And
But he still... Oh, so he was supposed to have to pick those up.
Yeah, he was supposed to pick them up today.
So they had a plan. Michael went so far as to say that their plan was to dismember and chop up the remains of their family members and conceal them in trash cans while they waited for the guns to show up. The graphic detail that they only kept Autumn alive because they intended to chop her head off with an axe a short time later was also added by him. What then transpired that evening that led to the boys' entire world collapsing? When Crystal entered their room at 11:30 p.m. on July 22, 2015, she discovered them preparing body armor and knives, which is how the murders started. Robert cut her throat from behind after luring her to his computer with Michael's help.
I got to my desk, and I had to look at something to just get to roll up, but went up behind her, grabbed her, and slit her throat.
Really? What did he use?
His large red knife.
Okay.
By now, Crystal had pulled herself together enough to stagger out the door, but Michael caught up to her and pulled her back in.
I actually got up and ran out the front door.
Wow.
And once Mom was on the ground, he got up and started chasing after her.
And what were you doing?
Their parents heard all the excitement when they got there. They also launched an attack on them, and ultimately taking their lives. With their parents dead and Crystal's throat cut, bleeding out on the porch, the 3 oldest members of the family were now definitely out of commission. They just departed from the individuals they believed would cause them the least trouble, their 4 younger siblings. Daniel is currently hiding in his room and speaking on the phone with the cop.
Broken Arrow 911.
Hello.
Hi, where are you at?
Broken Arrow, Oklahoma 7411.
What address?
709 Magnolia Court.
Okay. Are you the only one there?
No, my brother's attacking my family.
Your dad is attacking your family?
No, my brother.
Do they have...
I'll call them.
Are you there?
Hello?
Hi, what's going on there? Hello?
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed as
call
dialed.
disconnect
If you feel
itself.
that you have reached this recording in error...
Not long later, Daniel also had 21 stab wounds to his chest, shoulder, and back. The last 2 victims, who were concealed in closed rooms, were persuaded by Michael that Robert was also targeting them. This drew them out, and the brothers completed their attack by fatally stabbing Christopher, age 6, and Victoria, age 5. Throughout the interview, Michael blamed Robert for everything, even going so far as to say that he was only doing it to save Robert from killing him. He knew Robert would follow out the plan no matter what, and he thought he would suffer the same fate as the others if he disagreed with Robert. Thus, he followed the plans.
Okay.
And I went along with it because I just figured out the way I thought I wouldn't want to do it. I very quickly learned tonight that I didn't.
Okay, that you didn't want to do it?
I don't want to do it. I didn't.
Sadly, though, Robert had no qualms about providing the complete truth and nothing but the truth during his interview, finally giving the police a tip that Michael might not have played as big a role as he first claimed. As is sometimes the case, all it took for Michael to ultimately open up and confess to having been just as involved in the killings as Robert was this straightforward line of questioning from the police. Michael acknowledged stabbing Christopher to death and slicing the necks of Crystal and his mother.
Stabbed someone.
Who did you stab?
My younger brother, Christopher.
Christopher. How old's Christopher?
9, I think.
What'd you stab him with?
My knife.
What's your knife look like?
It's green, kind of like camouflage, honestly.
Now that everything has been revealed, it is clear that the killings were completely motivated by fame and recognition rather than any personal motive at all. When rolling video cameras and storage disks with all of their plans saved to them were found during searches of the house, this became even more evident. Subsequently, Robert disclosed that they intended to produce 2 videos, one for online release and another for use as a joke with the police. In the remaining portion of the conversation, Michael writes a statement that was regrettably never made public. However, whatever he wrote had to have been somewhat jumbled. Naturally, neither youngster had much of a chance at trial, but Michael tried to enter a not guilty plea based on his insanity. However, their situation did not turn out well, as they received 5 life sentences without the possibility of relief. The same couple adopted Autumn and Crystal, the surviving children. After stabbing 5 members of their own family to death in 2015, one of the 2 brothers receiving multiple life sentences is now charged with attempting to attack prison personnel with an 8-inch-long shank. According to an incident report from the Oklahoma Department of Corrections, Robert Bever approached 2 employees at Joseph Harp Correctional Center in Lexington on Monday while carrying the sharpened instrument. According to the Tulsa World, he approached them from behind while brandishing a firearm, but one of the staff members gave him a bear hug and ordered him to put down the weapon. The social services specialist allegedly instructed Bever to get on the ground before ordering security to restrain him. Inmate on staff assault without serious injuries is the designation for Robert's misconduct record, in which he attempted to commit suicide in the Tulsa County Jail in 2017. That being said, The reality is that the only thing left of this once large but secretive family is a bad legend that haunts the conscience of every resident of the formerly tranquil town of Broken Arrow.